as women are traveling and getting into the world, particularly older women who have outlived their partners or aged out of a relationship. And I don't mean by chronological age, but aging, meaning the relationship just outlived itself. And they're traveling and they're doing things. I mean, going into a hotel provides a certain amount of safety for individuals. Airbnb's a little less because you never know what you're going to get when you get there, and you never know. So what are some safety tips that you would say to women who are traveling, whether it be here in the States or anywhere else on our wonderful global world?
Well, what's good is, and sometimes it depends where you're traveling, but I do travel with, whether you're traveling by car, I do travel with a spray. So I use spray or I use gels. Okay. Also, a pen is good. Tactical pen is one of my favorites. So it can break glass. Oh. It's a real pen. I fly with it, and you can use it as a weapon. So there's a little sharp end. It's very sleek. You can use it as a weapon. But pepper spray is one of my go-tos. Okay. And it comes in all different sizes, and you obviously can't put it in your carry-on, but it is good to keep with you if you're driving. Now, if you're flying and you get to a hotel, what's great is you can use wasp spray. So it's good to have. You can always go to just the nearby store, 7-Eleven, anything, and just get a little can of wasp spray, just so you can have it in the room with you. Carry it in your purse in the hotel. You never know who you're going to be stuck in the hallway with, or the elevator, or walking to your car in the back of the hotel. So you always want to have at least something with you.
30 feet. Hornet spray, wasp spray will go 30 feet, ensuring that they never get near you.
I love that. I love that. And then just the basic stuff, right? Like, don't walk up to your car without looking back and seeing if there's anyone behind you. I mean, I'm seeing that people surround, one person will walk by the car and another will engage. And then the next thing you know, I try to park my car where it's not in between two vehicles where my car gets lost. Sometimes, I stay in the store too long and the other cars are gone. But the little things, right, Joy? You just have to look around and figure out. Right. Like, I have cataracts, so
absolutely. You need, a lot of women don't. You're right. A lot of women don't use their peripheral vision. Yeah. Which is really one of my big things. Is out to here, just turning your head a little bit more, but women actually forget about this, is how much you could see without having to turn your whole body all the way around to see who's behind you. Is just a little bit more, and your ears can pick up the sound of somebody behind you, something creaking, maybe something opening. Those are little things that you want to pick up. So you want to be careful not to have your ear pods in, all the time. Have them on transparency mode, so at least you can hear the tiniest thing. Maybe somebody is taking something out of a bag. Maybe they're opening a weapon, but it's the littlest things that you'd be able to hear.
Did you hear that, people? If you have young people in your life, I'm here near UC Berkeley, and all I see is pods and looking down. You are a victim even to the sidewalk coming up, okay, to a crack on the street. You're a victim to that. If you are listening and you can't hear what's going on around you, and you think that the sidewalk is a safe place, how many people have been hit by cars on the sidewalk? Look it up. A lot.
Absolutely. One of our other big ones is you don't have to open your car window to talk to a stranger. And that's a big one. You don't have to open your car window. Talk through the window. Now, it sounds rude, but you know what? It's a safety feature. It takes a lot to break that window, and of course you'll see it coming, but
Yeah.
nobody can spray you. And obviously you're going to see a weapon coming, so you could always drive off. But once you open that gap, even a little bit, to talk to them, anybody could stick their hand in, they could spray, it doesn't take much to grab and pull that window out from somebody who's strong. But those are things that women have to get conditioned, especially when you're traveling.
Yeah.
Because somebody's going to come up and ask you, and then you put your window down, and then there you are in this tiny little space. You don't have anywhere to go. Once they come in through the window, they'll push you over, take the car, and now you're hostage.
Yeah. Yeah. And in the hotel, they have these, they have the bar that goes over, but I have learned that they have these little block things that you can travel, add to it. But my son told me, he said, but mommy, if you don't have that, take the chair and stick it under the doorknob. So at least if somebody's coming in, you have a few minutes to get yourself acclimated to the fact that something's getting ready to happen. Do you agree with that, Joy?
Absolutely. Right. And sometimes, you don't have a chair that's big enough, but you know what? That's a great idea. Also, anything, even your luggage, so you can hear noise, anything that you could put in front of the door, I found that would cause, noise. Nobody's going to be able to creak in. Also, I have found that there's like an alarm wedge that you can buy Amazon, and that you can put it underneath the door.
Okay.
So it's going to send off a sonic sound. And of course, nobody is going to want to come in after that. You could travel with that. Very lightweight. It's about that big, very lightweight, made of plastic, but it has a sonic sound. So anything like that, those are little things they want to travel with too. A little sonic that you could keep in your pocket. Nobody wants to be around something like that. And of course you could travel, on a plane with it and stuff, but people are going to turn around. And that's another thing, is you want to be loud. If anybody is bothering you, you want to be loud. You want to have people turn around, get away from me, loud. No matter how old you are, especially older people, you want to yell, get away from me. I don't know you. Let people know. So if you were in the parking lot of a hotel, I would turn around and say, hey, what's going on over there?
I love
that's something that people don't think of.
I love, Joy, that you just said, though, say, I don't know them. So that way, too, that people know what they're walking into, that might be around to help. Because, sometimes people are afraid to get involved with domestic
right,
or whatever. But man, I'm going to ask you this also. Somebody said when my daughter was taking karate and that say fire, scream fire, fire instead of help, because help has been desensitized, and you need to, how do you feel about that?
And that could work, especially in a hotel.
Yes.
Or call the police. Sometimes, it's what comes to mind for people. And if you condition yourself to yell fire, especially in a place like that, in a hotel or some place where people are going to hear you, back of a restaurant, something like that. Somebody's going to come out. Oh my gosh, a fire. But sometimes people are conditioned with help only because help tends to be used as a ploy. Sometimes by predators, people are like, help, let me see. Oh, what kind of help? But the best thing that you could always do, because you never know if it's a domestic or you're a woman, are you just going to rush in there? You have two hands. What are you going to do? You're going to use your phone all the time and call 911 all the time. Somebody else help? I don't even know what's going on. Call 911, lady in a parking lot says help. That's all. And the police are on the way, 911. You could always keep an eye on the person, go in a little closer, see maybe she fell. So sometimes you just have to take a little look, but 911 all the time. You don't have to go. Somebody says, can you Can you help me? Which is a ploy of a lot of predators.
Yeah, it is.
Can you help me, miss? What are you going to do as a woman? And I think that's what happens in the, woman's mind is women like to help. Oh, I can help. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
With your hands. You're not a fireman. You're not a police with a baton. What are you going to do?
Mhm. Wow.
So those are things, to think before you get in there, get on your phone. You don't want to get yourself hurt. You want to help somebody.
That's right. That's right.